What's up, traders? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to walk through the weekly templates and I will show you how the different sessions affect how the week evolves and the day count. So this is just randomly. I've just gone back a few weeks. You can see this is on May and it's on Monday. So we are starting on a Monday. We don't really it's just for clarification. So our window, as usual, should I really write it? Well, for the sake of time, I won't, but you can see this is Asia, London, and New York. So before the day even begins, we are looking at Asia. So Asia usually sets the high and the low of the session and the high of the day because, well, you have to start somewhere. So if you are trading the New York session, this is how you use these sessions to understand how the day evolved and using your day counts and everything as confluence to look for your trades. So we have Asia. Then in the gap time, it continues higher. And then London consolidates. So you're trading the New York session, remember. So we have Asia, London, which is still above Asia. And then in the gap time again, we come back to the high. So we are working the high. We have our high here, high of the day. So when you come to the screen, you are asking yourself, what's the market doing? We are working the high. We are working the high. So we have one push to the high, sets the high, and then another push, second push, third push. And then in the first hour, the market pumps higher. And then, boom. So we are at the high of the day. Once we tap the liquidity at the high of the day, they come back to guys who went long in Asia. Now, of course, this is not a 5-star setup. We are just looking at how the day evolves. So we have Monday. Monday has set the high and the low of the week. So these black lines represents the high of the week. Now, we are assuming we don't have any other reference point. So we will call this the initial balance, Monday. Now, whatever happens on Tuesday, from Tuesday, now that is where we can start naming whether it's day 1, day 2, or day 3. So on Tuesday, we have Asia, as you can see. Then the market pushes higher. Does not reach the high of the week. This is the London session. So it pushes how many pips above the Asian session? Around 40 pips. And we all know how stop hunts works. We go either 25 to 50 pips or sometimes 75 pips above the high or the low of the day. So that is how you know this is a stop hunt. You can see we have one push, two push, and then once the market opens at 2 a.m. in the London session, another push to the high, 3 pushes. And then we have the pin and the engulfment for the drop there. So if you are trading London, you would have been looking to sell this setup here. Now, let's go to the New York session. So we have our high of the day here in the London session. In the New York session, again, the market breaks out in one push, two push, and then again, boom, the market opens another pin to the high. So 3 pushes to the high, a 1, 2, 3, and then an engulfment with the pin below. And then this is a pump to the high. And we are also at the high of the week. So this is a classic pump and dump setup. This is a nice setup. You get in above the high of the week and then target the low of the previous session. And we close, but we are interested in how this day closes. So we opened here and we closed here. So we have our first green day. So this is day 1. All right. The price broke out. So we have our day 1 set up here. And then let's continue. We have our high of the week pushed up here. So let's continue. We have our London session again, pins the high, breaks down. So we wait for London. The London session, what does it do? It breaks down and then consolidates below. Okay? It's not coming back to the high. Let's go. Now, when you look at this is a pump to the high. We have a double top up here, break of structure, consolidation below this peak formation. So what do we expect? We don't know. We just wait for New York to open. It might continue higher, it might go lower. And then New York, when it opens, it pins the low. So we are buying low or selling high. And we have 1, 2, 3 to the low and then pins the low. All right. And remember, this is day 2. This is day 1. This is day 2. Boom. The market pumps up to the high, day 2. And then this is a classic pump and dump setup. I believe this is some news here. The market can't just move like that. All right. Again, it's day 2, but we have 3 days of rise. 1, 2, 3 days. To me, this is day 2 if I'm counting days. But also keep in mind that Monday is always day 1. Don't get confused. There is I usually have I have separate day counts where I'm counting the breakout. So one breakout is 1 day, is day 1. The other breakout is day 2. But I'm also counting how many days are we in the week. We have day 1, day 2, day 3. It's a Wednesday. And then how does that market close? The market breaks above the high of the week, fails to continue, and closes inside. So we have reset the day count. 3 days of rise, we have reset the day count. We start again. So now this is day 1. All right. So we have day 1 there. Let's push this here. We have Asia. It's the consolidation also. It's always consolidation. We have London. So remember, this is now day 1. We have London, which breaks down. But this is also a classic stop hunt. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 pushes to the low. And then the market gives us a W pattern here. And then a break of structure. So this is, to me, this is a stop hunt of the low of the day. Then in the New York session, what does the market do? We are at the high of the day, remember. So it was a stop hunt. We have 1 push, 2 push, and then another push to the high for the drop. So this is the pump. We have the stop hunt, pump to the high of the day, and then dump as day 2. So this is day 2. Right? So that is on Thursday. Then Friday, Asia, we are at the low, triggers the low, all right? So it's still a consolidation. Now this is day 3 to me, and day 3 is usually choppy. Either we are looking for a reversal to this space here or a breakdown. We'll see. So in London, we have the low of the day set in Asia. In London, the price pins the low, fails to break through the low, but we are working the low. And then, boom, we break down. We're starting to break down. Now, when I see this breaking down like this, it's either a stop hunt or a continuation. So let's see what happens. Now, to me, I characterize stop hunts as fast movements to either the high or the low. Very fast movements. So it's either one big pin or one big candle with another quick one that breaks in, or 3 big candles like that. But to me, this is a breakout pullback. Let's see what happens. The price continues higher to the high of the day. And then if you want you can enter, you can enter after this 1 push, 2 push, 3 push to the high, and then you look for your sales. Now, one key thing that I keep in mind so that I don't get information overload, or whether to know whether it's a stop hunt, it's not a stop hunt. Where are you? Are you at the low of the day or at the high of the day? And what is your goal? We are buying low, we are selling high. Buying low, selling high. So when you are down here and you don't see your setup, wait for the market to go back here. If it's a breakout, you will see a breakout, a clear breakout, pullback, continuation. But this is a pump to the high. Pump to the high. In 1 push, 2 push, 3 push to the high, engulfment for the move down. That is how you close the week. So let's zoom out and see how this market played out. So we have Monday as the initial balance, but we can also call it day 1. Now we are counting the number of days the market breaks above the previous day's high. So we have sets the high, and then day 1, day 2. So it's 3 levels of rise. Day 1, day 2, day 3. And then the price breaks above the high of the week. So it was set on Tuesday and then pushed a bit higher in the Asian session on Wednesday. And then price again pumps to the high of the week and then breaks back in. So this is a failed breakout. A failed breakout. So it resets the day. It resets the day count. So this becomes day 1, day 2, day 3. So now when we go on Monday, the next week, we reset. Monday becomes day 1. Of course, Monday becomes day 1. But you can also include the previous weeks. If you ended on a day 2 on Friday, then you can expect Monday to be day 3. But also keep at the back of your mind, keep knowing that Monday is always day 1. So the other things are just knowing the day count and understanding there's a difference between a day count, and the three days of rise, 3 days of fall. Hopefully you got some value from today's video. Like, subscribe,